Hello YouTube, on this video I have a Volibel L1 smart lock. They actually sent this to me to do a unboxing, install, and kind of a setup video on it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. This lock runs about 60 bucks, and I'll drop a link in the description to Amazon if you want to check it out. And so I guess first thing here, we'll go ahead and we'll unbox it. So we got our instructions, and we got latch. So you can have the lock itself, and they sent me black. I think there's actually a couple different colors that it comes in. All right, so there's our, it's like mounting plate, and the lock itself here. And I have levers, and I'll cut the plastic off of that. It's actually labeled outside lever and inside lever. Keys. And some fobs here that you can use to actually use it with a fingerprint code or with the fobs. It also comes with actually different size screws too, depending on how thick your door is. And I'm going to put this on an interior door to my little studio here, so I'm going to use the shortest screws that they have. Looks like also we've got some set screws and things too for probably holding the handle on, but we'll find out here when we get to that step. So this lock can actually be installed with just a Phillips screwdriver. And I would recommend, if you're not used to using power tools, to just use a hand screwdriver if you don't want to over tighten this stuff. I'm going to be using an impact driver, but on the lowest setting, and I use them all the time, so I'm not going to screw it up. It's something to be careful of. So I'll go ahead and I'll relocate over to the door here and get started on actually putting it in. All right, and first things first, we're just going to take the old handle off the door. And next we're going to put our latch in, and this latch is actually adjustable. You've got in the US you have 2 3/8 and 2 3/4 back set. Residential is normally going to be 2 3/8. This of course is in metric, so it's going to be 60 millimeter or 70 millimeter, and we do want 60 millimeter, which is what it actually comes out of the package set as. And we're going to install our latch with our plunger facing the way the door closes. And we'll get it in there and get it screwed down. All right, so there's our latch installed there. And next step is going to be installing the outside trim and the interior plate, which we've got right here. And I'm actually pretty impressed with these instructions too that came with this. It's actually pretty clear and everything is numbered. We're going to go ahead and just feed the wire above our latch, and our spindle goes through. And now we're just going to go ahead and put our interior plate on. This is what actually holds the lock to the door. And I'm using the shortest screws here because I'm doing the interior door, which is real thin. And this is the part that you're going to want to be careful if you're using power tools. All right, now interior plate here, the rubber part goes against the door. And I'm going to go ahead and feed our power cable through the slot that's shaped like the connector here. Like so. Feed it through the spindle. And I'm going to just start them by hand. All right, got them all started, as you can see. And once again, here you want to be careful if you're using power tools. This is the part where you can over tighten things and pop screw heads off, and different things can go wrong here. So you really, if you're not used to power tools, use a hand driver. Now I'm just going to kind of snug them up. And then I'm going to make sure my lock is actually straight on the door here. And it looks pretty okay to me. And I'm actually going to snug these screws all the way up with a hand screwdriver. Get them nice and snug here. Like I said, you don't want to over tighten anything. Just get them nice and snug. All right. And now, so we've got on the door here. And then our next step is going to be to put the back of the lock on and plug our connector in. Now there's a little screw on top here, right here, that actually needs to come out. So go ahead and get that out. And just set that aside, don't lose it, it's real small. And we'll go ahead and we'll get our connector plugged in. And this can only plug in one way. So they make it pretty hard to screw this up here. All right, start to click in place. And we're gonna tuck our wire in. And we're gonna take take that screw out of the top so I can actually pull the door off the battery cover. I'm gonna put that on like so. And I'm gonna take labeled inside door screws here. And one goes right here on the bottom, and the other one goes right here in the top. I'm going to go ahead and get these put in. And this is what actually secures the inside to that plate. And I'll just use the hand driver for this. And once again, don't want to over tighten it. Now I just snugged up that top one here. I'm going to do the bottom one. I'm going to tighten that as just a tiny bit past where it kind of gets hard. You know, just snug it up there. Really, keep saying here, no need to over tighten anything. All right, perfect. And now next step here, we're going to go ahead and put some AA batteries in there. It looks like it takes 4 of them. All right, now I'm going to put our door back on and put the screw back in the top. All right, simple enough. Now we can go install our handles. And the number 2 here, which I pulled out during our unboxing, these are actually backup screws in case you lose the set screws that are in it. They actually come pre-installed in the handles. And we know our outside handle is here because it has this little cover on it, and that's to expose the cylinder where the keys go, you know, for your backup in case your batteries die or you forget your code or something. You can pop that off and access the cylinder, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But we'll go ahead and we'll put the interior handle on here first. And this does come with a 2mm Allen wrench to tighten the set screw down, so we will do that. All right, interior handle's on there. And I'm going to just repeat the process on the outside handle here. And the outside handle does have our backup key there, which is actually a Schlage keyway, which is nice. You can actually get extra keys for it, unlike some of these other locks you see on Amazon where the keys are they're just like one-offs. You'll never find the blanks. You're never going to get spares, so if you lose them, you're kind of out of luck. All right, make sure it's on there. And we notice now when I'm actually pulling on the handle that it's actually not retracting the latch. And that is because to retract the latch, you would either need to use the key, code, fingerprint, or fob. So outside is just not going to be retracting the latch unless you use a key or fob. But of course, the inside's always going to be unlocked. So if you have this in a commercial setting, if there's a fire or anything, you can get out. Now, next step that we want to do with the door open is we want to actually test to make sure that the keys work to actually unlock it before we go any further. So we're going to go ahead and just pop this cover off. All right, cover is off. Now, when I put the key in and turn it, it's either going to retract the latch or it's going to at least let the handle. Okay, there we go. So now with the key turned, then our handle can now retract the latcher. So we know the backup part of it's working. And I'm going to just go ahead and leave that off for right now. And then our next step is going to be to download the app and then go ahead and learn codes and fingerprints and a fob in there. So we'll go ahead and just download the app and get it registered and everything, and then we'll come back and we'll do the setup on it. All right, so the app is the TTLOCK app. So I went ahead and downloaded, installed that, and registered. Now this does have a Wi-Fi gateway where you can use this actually off-site, but they didn't send me a gateway, so I'm just going to be using it with Bluetooth here. Now I'm going to go and first thing connect to lock, and it says phone needs to be within 2 meters of the smart lock during the pairing process. And I am American, not sure how far 2 meters is, but I'm probably within 2 meters. So go ahead and hit it here, and it's a door lock. We'll go with door lock. It says please touch any key. So let me pull the little screen protector off and hit number 1 here. And so now that I've hit it, okay, well, nearby lock pulls up right there.
Administrator added successfully.
Okay, good. Just if you can't hear it, it says added successfully, and I'll assign a name here. We're just going to put studio. Of course, I really mean my front bedroom of my house here, but we'll be fancy and call it studio. So now operation successful. So now it's locked. So we actually be able to, if we're within a couple of meters of it, should be able to hit this and actually unlock it.
Unlocked.
And then now so you can actually actuate it.
Locked.
And now it's back locks automatically. Okay, and we're going to add a passcode now. So we'll go into passcodes. And this has a feature here where you can actually, you can do times. It only works during certain times. So you have staff or cleaning people. One time only used once. Once it's used, it's deleted. Do a permanent one and actually generate it, which just assigns a random password, which would be good if you're in a high security place. You just generate random ones, so it'd be hard to guess. But I'm going to do custom because I'll never remember a random one. And go ahead and just put mine in there, just the BOP. And my top secret code of 1234. So I hope nobody sees that. All right, now that that's succeeded, I'll complete it here. And so now we'll go to passcodes, and we'll go and we'll test it out. So you hit a button to wake it up.
Unlocked.
And type 1234 and pound, and I can come in. And then I've got auto lock set to 5 seconds, so it automatically locks back after 5 seconds. Now let's go ahead and learn a fingerprint in here. And this is very cool, so I'm going to go on the app to fingerprints and hit add fingerprint. And once again, it's me. And I guess we're going to do, I want to do permanent here. I don't want to do timed. Because, I don't want to be restricted to access to my own studio or front bedroom as it may be. So it says required to place your finger on the sensor several times, so please follow the prompts. So,
please press your finger on the sensor.
All right, we use this finger.
Please press again. Please press again. Please press again. Input successful.
All right, now it's successfully inputted. So we go back and let's go and we'll test it out. See if the lock is actually locked. Now if I touch it, unlocks with my fingerprint. Very cool. And if you wanted to add multiple users or multiple fingerprints, if you have multiple ones you use or a different hand, you can do that too. The next thing I want to do now is actually add one of the fobs that comes with it. So we're going to go back to the app here, and we're going to do, I guess it would be an RF card. And you can do add card, permanent again. This is once again going to be me. All right, connecting to lock.
Swipe your card.
And it's saying swipe my card.
Input successful.
All right, input successful. So there it is. Now we'll back out of that. And now we know the door is locked here. We'll walk up to it. There it goes. So maybe the sensor's somewhere around the number 8 here. It seems like at the top it didn't really work. But when you get down to the middle, like between 5 and 8, it seems to work. So there's a card successfully added in there. And that pretty much completes the installation and setup for me. I'm just going to go ahead and put the little tab back over. And this tab is actually magnetic, it looks like. So it'll stay on there, just cover up your backup key. And really, I guess that's all we kind of got for this size lock. Very cool. Now, I normally install Schlage B595 locks for customers, which actually cost quite a bit more money than this one does. This one, though, actually feels a little bit heavier. And seems pretty secure and everything. I might do some more videos here testing out the keyway and some other stuff down the road, so maybe stay tuned for that. And once again, there's going to be a link in the description to check this thing out on Amazon. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments. And until next time, we'll talk to everybody later.